Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. A warm welcome to you all. So, in today's Alumni Talk, we have Mr. Dhyaneshwaran, a former student of DataMites. So, myself, Kalpana, I'm from DataMites. So, I'm going to host the session. So, we have Dhyaneshwaran here to talk about his learning journey. And let's understand from him more. So, let's welcome Dhyaneshwaran. Hi, Dhyaneshwaran.
Hi, Kalpana. Thank you very much
How
for
are you?
inviting me. Yeah, I'm from the mobile.
Okay, so we are delighted to have you here.
Thank you,
You
Kalpana.
can turn on your camera if you
Yeah,
wish.
possible. Is my camera visible?
Hi.
Yeah.
So,
So, yeah,
yes, Dhyaneshwaran. So, you're currently working in 3i Infotech as a lead data scientist, right?
yes. Currently
Yeah.
working.
So, congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, wanted to know, how was your learning journey? Like how you used to, prepare for interviews. Is this your first job, or you had worked previously in any other companies before you did data science course?
No, this is my first job actually. So, I did my course by 2021, and
Okay,
after my internship from the BC, I joined 3 So, this is
okay,
my first job. So,
okay.
about
So
my yes, yes.
you were working in other domain, is it? What was that? Like, can you
Yeah.
explain?
Previously, I was into teaching. So,
Okay.
actually, it was the COVID period. So I think during 2020 and 2020. So I was at my home and I was searching for various jobs
Hmm.
outside. So I got the jobs outside, like over there in North India in teaching and profile. But I
So
did
what
not
you were
want to.
teaching?
So my domain is mechanical actually, mechanical and material science engineering.
Okay, so you were working in college, is it?
Yes, I was working in college as an assistant professor.
Okay.
I was also doing
So,
research actually previously.
oh, there you were doing some research, is it?
Yes.
Okay. So, what actually, inspired you to do data science?
Yeah, actually, so I got to learn, like, know about this data science profile through my friend. Actually, see, one of his friend has did course in some other institute, and he joined a company. So he introduced me to this course, actually, data science domain. Actually, so I like searched in Google and gone through some of the videos about data science and got some hint about it, but I'm not that much clear about the field. So I did not know at that time where to start. So
Okay.
he gave me the DataMites intro actually. So you can try it over here, and I contacted GC, I think so. So
Okay.
about the course, he explained me about the course, and I just wanted to give it a try. So at the time I was not sure whether I can do it or not, but I just wanted to give it a try. So I joined the course, and it happened actually. So from there.
Okay. So, programming and all was new to you, or you had done before?
No. I'm very new to this field. I'm not a programmer actually. I didn't learn anything. I'm actually programming perspective. I'm zero. So I just started from there itself. So I joined the institute. I joined the course actually. I started to program. From there only
Okay.
I started everything.
Okay. So, to
Yes.
what extent do you think or believe that whatever you have learned in data mites has helped you during the interview and
Yes.
uh, taking this job?
Yeah. So it was very good with the institute, like about the course delivery and the concepts explanation were very good. Like I was able to grasp the whole concepts about the data science domain as well as the various algorithms they have taught me. Like it helped me a lot in understanding the core concept behind it. So I was able to do better in the interviews, and I got this job actually.
Okay. So as you were new to programming,
Yes, sir.
like how did you learn programming? Was it difficult for you? Did you have any challenges?
Not much actually. So I gone through like there was an intro to Python course with the certificate data science course. Like I learned from there. They have taught basic Python programming as well as advanced Python programming, including various other libraries like Pandas and NumPy. I also have practiced in various coding tests through in online actually. So I actually started to learn from there. The course also helped me in that case like, to understand the basic concepts actually.
Okay, so working as a lead data scientist, so
Yes,
how do
yes.
you feel like how much programming is important?
Yeah, actually, you need programming. Like without programming, you can't do like anyway. You have to build, train, and validate the models, and you have to integrate the code, and you have to deploy it. So you have to be well versed with the Python programming, either Python or Scala, whatever it is. Anyway, mostly Python will be we are using actually. So you have to be at least you need some knowledge about programming, especially Python.
Okay, so how was your interview? Like what kind of questions were asked in the interview?
Yeah, yeah. The questions mostly were from the algorithms perspective, like mostly traditional machine learning algorithms as well as deep learning algorithms. They asked me about the mathematical concepts, like how the algorithms are working behind the scenes, actually. So, what are the mathematical concepts? What is the function definition? What is the loss function? How the loss function is being optimized, kind of a thing. So, how the parameters are getting optimized. So, these are the questions actually. So, for they asked me for various algorithms actually, so from linear regression to decision trees, like it was, as well as for the MLPs, multi-layer perceptrons, convolutional neural networks, so about various other deep learning networks. So it was like behind the scene, mostly from mathematical side.
Okay. So currently, as a data scientist, like you mostly work with um, deep learning or machine learning
Yes,
techniques.
yes. Currently working as in various projects. For example, we are using deep learning based forecasting algorithms to forecast future sales or future events, kind of a thing, as well as working in big data analytics actually.
Okay. So when you talk about big data, like
Yes, yes,
how important big data technologies, like for learners, like currently who are doing data science, so
yes,
do
yes.
they have to focus more on big data technologies?
It depends upon the domain they are actually working upon. So, for example, if they are working in finance domains, it is very much essential to learn big data like Hadoop and PySpark, because
Okay.
the transaction wise, if you take like Visa or like credit unions, if you take any of the credit unions, right? So there will
Okay.
be a lot of transactions happening. So it will be a lot. So in that case, learning if they are into that domain, then big data it will help them a lot.
Okay, so wherever we expect a lot of data, huge data,
Yes, yes,
we need to have
yes,
knowledge, right?
yes, yes.
And talking about data management skills, database management skills, like whether
Yeah,
SQL is important,
yeah, yeah. You need to learn SQL
like
actually.
how much do you use SQL in your
Mm,
day-to-day activities?
around 30% actually.
Okay, so it is important,
Yes, it
right?
is.
Okay. So do they focus more on database, on big data and all during the interviews?
Yeah, definitely they will focus on big data. So if they are like, it depends upon the project for which you are giving the interview. So if it is based upon big data, definitely they will ask for Hadoop and Spark based questions as well as SQL based questions actually.
Okay, was it more theoretical or practical questions?
Sometimes like initially they will ask for theoretical queries, and in practical like they will want you to execute some of the queries.
Okay, just for an understanding, and I hope this will help the learners as well. Can
Yes,
you
yes.
just brief me, like, what do you do on a daily basis? Like, let's say in a
Yeah.
day, what a data scientist will be doing.
Yeah, so we are actually engaged in a project kind of thing. So my role, I can explain about my role. So I'm leading a team over here actually. So
Mhm.
my role is to I need to architect the project actually. So how the flow has to be, and I have to assign the task to each and every members in my team actually. So I will design
Okay.
the methodology. I will design the how the problem is going to be solved, how the methodology has to be. So from where it has to start and where it has to end. So I need to focus on various tech stacks and what tech stacks has to be used in the project. Actually, I will design and I will put up a workflow as well as I'll design the architecture. So once that has been done, right, I will have my part. My part is in data science actually. So I'll build the model, train and validate all those things I will do. So apart from
Okay.
this architecture. So I'll give like there will be data engineer. So he will be working with databases. So he will be creating databases or like he will otherwise it will be a data warehouse or data lakes it will be. So I will be assigning those tasks to the data engineer. So and there will be UX UI designer, UI UX designer. So initially it will start with UI UX designer, like who will be designing the whole project or the product. So once the design has been finalized, like it will start from there. So once the design is
Okay.
finalized, right, like we will start with the workflow, and we have the front end and back end designers. So front end either React or Vue we are using, and back end either Python or Node.js we are using. So I'll split up all those tasks to these to my team members. So I will
Mhm.
define that as what task they have to do on daily basis, and what is the start time and end time, everything, time flow and workflow will be there, and I have to monitor those tasks as well. Also including like I have to do my tasks in related to data sets. For example, depending like related to the project or the problem. So I need to work upon data collection. Either if the data is given by the client, then we can use the data. Otherwise, we have to do some data mining, and we have to use the data to train the model, validate, and I need to test it accordingly.
Okay. So sometimes you get involved in data collection also,
Yes,
right?
yes, sometimes. Mostly it
Okay.
will be because client they won't give their data. Uh,
Okay.
Initially, they will ask for some POC. In that case, we need to do some data mining, and we need to
Okay.
showcase them our capability.
Okay. So can you explain like what kind of tools you are using for data
Okay.
collection? What all you
So,
have used?
so data collections currently, like we are using open source data only. For example, Kaggle data sets only.
Okay.
So we are not going for other data sets. Not we are not collecting it from outside. So whenever it is available, we are collecting it from Kaggle. Otherwise, we generate our own data sets. So we use like synthetic data generation using LLMs kind of a thing.
Okay.
So we
So
generate our own data set.
how do you generate synthetic data?
So there are libraries available. For example, you can use LLMs to generate data. Otherwise, I'll do my own code to generate the data. So for example,
Okay.
mostly I will be working on time series data. For example, product sales kind of a thing. So in that case, like inventory optimization. So I'll write a code to generate the data
Okay. Okay. Python in Python, right?
in Python.
Okay. So apart from technical skills, what other like soft skills
Hmm.
do learners should have?
Yeah. So if you are engaged with like if you are into client engagement, then you have to be you should have some language skills, like how you are presenting it to the client, and how you can manage the clients as well. So there
Yeah.
will be mostly like non-technical questions from their side, and you need to correlate those non-technical questions technically, and you
Mm.
need to also be clear whether it is possible or not, and you have to convince the client. So you should have those knowledges in that case.
Okay. So communication, presentation skills,
Yes, yes,
and of course analytical skills as well, right?
yes, yes.
Okay. So what advice would you like to give for the learners?
So I will ask them to upgrade on daily basis because this field is growing at a faster rate. So when I start, it was almost a traditional machine learning and the convolution and neural networks. So right now it is going to large language models, and we are like there are diffusion models and generative models are happening. So it is better to upgrade ourselves in that case. And while learning, you have to learn in depth. So not on the surface part. So you have to learn mathematically. So you have to learn the models. So what is the model definition? What is the function for that model? How that model is actually working behind the scene, and how. So what is the loss function for that particular model, and how these loss functions are being optimized. So you have to learn the background of each and every model, and you need to know where you have to apply which model. So you need to know all these things. So I would say a data science perspective, I can say this. And other than
Okay.
this data science perspectives, like you can have nowadays, like most of the startups, they are looking for like cloud computing services. So you need to know at least any one of the computing. platform. Example, AWS, GCP, or Azure kind of thing, Microsoft Azure. So it is better to learn any cloud-based services.
Okay.
Other than that, like for example, like you can learn this deployment side. So for example, Kubernetes kind of thing, Jenkins. So these are some of the libraries like we use for deployment. So most of the companies, they are also asking for these skills as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Let me see if I have any questions here from audience. I want to do database analysis. How can you help? Okay, so there is a person wants to know, like, he wants to do database analysis. So what he can do?
Database analysis in terms, I could not get it actually. So what database
I think
analysis?
he means data analytics.
Okay, data analytics. Yeah, you can do data analytics in terms like you can learn most of the data analytics platforms like Power BI, Tableau. So if he doesn't want to get into data science, then data analytics part like this can help, like learning SQL, any this like intelligence kind of tools like Power BI and Tableau can help. So this is also one of the booming field.
So what kind of analytical tools you're using? Are you using Excel or
We are
BI
using Power
tools?
BI actually. Power BI is mostly we are using Power BI. So in other
Okay.
cases we use Tableau. Otherwise we
Okay.
use like Amazon Fixit. So these are some of the tools.
Okay. So Raj is asking,
Hmm.
where to study and get certification for Azure.
So Azure, they are having their own courses. So those are free only. Like Azure OpenAI is there. So in GitHub, if you can search for Azure OpenAI, like you will get lot of courses are there. Those are free only. They themselves, they are giving courses you can learn. Otherwise, you can try up like Coursera or Udemy. These are some of the sites you can try. Otherwise, if you have any course available at DataMites, you can do there also. But a lot of open source courses are there, free courses are there in GitHub. You can try there. You can initially start there. Once you feel comfortable, then you can go for any certifications.
Talking about certification, is it really mandatory? Like, are you, let's say, in your team, if you wanted to look for more people, will you really look into certification?
Sometimes, like for a fresher, it may help, but for an experienced guy, it doesn't matter. Like if you have the knowledge, then it doesn't matter a lot.
Okay. Okay. I think we don't have other questions. Okay. So, talking about the resume,
Yes.
like, what all things has to be highlighted in a resume?
So, in resume, like what are the tech stacks you know, and what is your job role, and what you have achieved, and what are the key terminologies you have to highlight? What are the key terminologies related to this data science and business? So, what you have accomplished in that particular job role? These are all important actually.
So, how many interviews you took before you joined here?
This was my actually first interview, and I got selected actually. So,
Okay,
like,
that's great. Okay. Yeah, there is another question. How difficult it is for a mechanical engineer to become a data scientist at the age of 30?
it is not that much difficult if you are keen into this field. So if you are like if you have decided that I'm going to be a data scientist, it is not that much difficult. Start with Python. If you do not know Python, so start with Python and you can join a course because you will not know where to start and where to stop. So better to join a course where you will have a path. They will give you define a path. So once you have that like if you have a path, right, then you will start from there because individually like you can't have clear idea if you are new to this field. better to join a course and start from there. So you can clear it. It is not a big uh, task for you. I'm also from a mechanical engineering stream, so it was not a it was not that much difficult for me. Python is very easy, like you can learn easily.
So how was your learning pattern? Like
Um,
every day you used to spend time
yes,
learning,
yes,
and how much time you spent on Python and machine learning. So everything becomes important here, right? So how do
yes, yes.
you schedule, the subjects, and how do you prepare for interviews?
Yeah, I used to learn for around 4 to 6 hours daily. So my course schedule was like in the evening I'll have uh, my course timing, like it was around for 2 to 3 hours in the evening. So apart from that time, I used to spend around 4 hours for my individual learning. So I
On
will go
daily
through
basis?
on daily basis. So
Okay,
I
that's
did my
great.
course from home, like I didn't go for any job at the time. So I full fledged. I got involved into this course actually.
Okay. Sunny wants to know, what roadmap would you recommend a beginner to follow to become a data analyst or scientist?
So roadmap, you start with any like a Python programming language first. So once you are well versed with the programming language, start with statistics. So once you are familiar with statistics, like you can go with the traditional machine learning algorithms. Like you need to learn the traditional machine learning algorithms concepts as well as hands-on. So once you are well versed with those traditional machine learning algorithms, go for deep learning algorithms. You can't always learn all the algorithms, but have better ideas on all those algorithms, how they are working, and go for deep learning. Once you are done, you can go with deployment case, like deployment tools and those things actually. So better join a course that would help you. Like they will have their course curriculum, everything. They will have a better what to say, a flow for you as well. So starting from Python, like statistics, machine learning algorithms, like initially you have to start with traditional machine learning algorithms, then deep learning algorithms, and you go for specialized cases. For example, you can go with your computer vision, NLP, or generative algorithm, generative AI. So these are some of the specialized cases. Like you need to know in which domain you want to follow. For example, if you are keen into CV, then you can go with CV, or if you want to go with NLP, you can go with NLP. So this you have to decide based upon your interest in things.
So when talking about
Yes,
NLP or computer vision, all these,
yeah,
they're all extensive areas. Like,
yes,
do a
yes.
person has to, learn everything, or is it okay if they just take, let's say, for example, NLP and explore everything on NLP? Um, so how do you prefer, like,
Yeah,
whether to learn everything?
I would say having knowledge about all things is not bad, but you have to be specialized at least in one field. If you are going with NLP, be an expert in that field, NLP or in computer science. So that will help you a lot. So you can also learn NLP if you are an expert in CV. That is not bad, but you have to be an expert at least in one field. So that will help you a
Okay,
lot.
okay. So in which portal you have applied? Sania wants to know.
Good
Job
understand.
portals, like,
So actually, I'm using Naukri and LinkedIn. So I didn't apply. I got a call from the company and I attended the interview. Actually,
so mainly you posted in LinkedIn, is it? You
yes,
posted
yes,
your resume in LinkedIn.
yes, yes. I used
Okay,
to search jobs in mostly in LinkedIn and then
okay.
so Naukri will help you. They will approach you. Usually, companies will approach you based on your CV. So you have to prepare your CV accordingly. You should mention all your skills, the projects that you have done, what is your role, what are your accomplishments. Better have a GitHub repository, post all your workings there. So that might help you as well.
Yeah, so we can take many data sets or many use cases from internet. We can work on
Yes,
that
yes.
and put all our work in GitHub, right?
Yes, for sure. Actually, you can join any of the Kaggle competitions to solve some of the problems, and you can include it in your GitHub page as well. So that will help you a lot, actually.
Okay, okay. Sahar, can you reframe your question? What job with Python? You mean to ask how much Python is helpful in data science, or do you want to know the jobs in Python? Sahar, can you reframe your question? So if you are looking for jobs in Python, yes, you can become a Python developer,
Yes, yes.
but you need to be very good in Python, more packages.
Yeah. So you can be a Python backend developer using Flask or Django. So sometimes you need to create APIs as well. So even though I'm a data scientist, in some cases, like I need to write APIs for those models that I have developed. So in that case, better to learn Flask, the Fast API, Django. So these are some of the frameworks for Python. So if you want to go with Python alone, then you can be a backend developer kind of things. In that case, you need to learn a lot of libraries in Python actually.
I think we don't have other questions. Thank you so much, Dhyaneshwar. So thanks a lot for sharing many ideas.
Thank you very much,
Okay,
Ratna.
yeah.
Thank you very much for
So
inviting me.
congratulations on your achievement.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you all.